we have the young, single career woman. No. Right, so what would be some of your concerns?
So I had eczema as a child, so I've got like pigmentation here that really affects me, and obviously like being dark in our community is so frowned upon, so yeah, I like my dark features. Like I've learned to love them and accept them. So just to accentuate my features, please.
Yay! So that's what we're gonna do. So first of all, we're just going to moisturize her skin. Bobbi Brown Vitamin E enriched face base. So it's actually a moisturizer and a primer together. Right. So now we're going to use a color corrector. You can buy these individually, or you can buy them in a palette as well. So I'm going to use the orange from MAC. And again, you can use your fingers if you wanted to, but what I'm going to do is with any sort of eyeshadow brush, something quite soft, so not a flat brush, I'm going to basically color correct all of her pigmented areas just to kind of even her skin tones out. Okay, so if you look at her face, it just looks warmer, and the whole point of doing the color correcting is to even out her skin tone. So now I'll be using a concealer. So the product that I actually used on top of the orange is the Pro Longwear Concealer in NC45. So you need something yellow based to kind of go over the color corrector, and I used a stipple brush, a smaller one. You can use an eyeshadow brush as well if you want, and to be honest, you can even use a sponge, or you can use your fingers as well. So don't do exactly what I'm doing every single time. It's just, there are different ways of applying it. Right, so now that we've just applied the concealer under the eyes, I know it looks a little bit scary, but we are going to work with it. The next one that I'm actually going to use is a MAC Studio Fix NW43, and I'm just going to use that a little bit in the T-zones, and then I'm just going to go for a darker colour. Right, so if you open your eyes, so I've just done kind of like a little bit like a T-zone, and I know it's still bright, but we haven't even gotten to the next part yet. So now I'm using a darker color, Studio Fix again, but this one is NW45, so it's 2 shades darker. So now I've just applied a lot of the darker color at the bottom. I'm going to do a little bit at the front, at the top as well. Just she has a slightly smaller forehead, so I don't want to put too much shadow in there, make it appear smaller. Right, so this is just a hi guys. So this is just her base basically, and I know it still looks a little bit one-dimensional. So now what we're going to do is kind of just put the blusher in, the highlighter, the contour and whatever, and everyone has their own ways of doing it as well. So I'm going to keep it very simple and very minimal as well. So literally you can just go to any MAC Pro store and get these colors, and it doesn't have to be MAC. You can go to any drugstore as well, Boots, Superdrug, whatever, and just find a darker shade that's quite matte that you can use as a contour color as well. And the brush to use, try and pick a slightly smaller fluffy brush. You can use this for highlighter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the same brush to do everything, so that you guys don't go out and buy too many brushes, okay? So since you like smiling, just keep smiling. I'm just going to get the slightly two darker colors, and then what I'm going to do is, while she's smiling, just in circular movements, and then yeah, you can stop smiling now. No, thank you. She's clearly enjoying it, guys. And then just a little bit on the jaw area, chin, with whatever's left in the product. Just a little bit on the forehead, and then with the same brush, the darker color. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press on it, so it's kind of quite flat and straight, and I'm just going to do her nose contouring. Now blusher. You can pick any blusher that you like from any make, whatever you want. I like the MAC ones because they last forever. Like gold, I'm just going to go for the slightly pinky purplier color, so right over there. So same brush, guys. Smile for me again. And I'm just going to concentrate on the outside, because we're not going to give Vigi here bigger cheeks. Then now, some blushes, so the blusher that I used was quite a matte color. Some blushes have shimmery colors as well, so it's preference, but I always find if you work with the matte one first and then move on to like a shimmery one that you can just add, you can actually use it as a highlighter as well. So why go out and buy another product as a highlighter when you can just have a blusher that has like a 2-in-1 basically. So I'm just going to use the slightly pinkish shimmery color here. I will find out what all these colors are because I don't know the names. And then I'm just gonna dab it, so I'm not, you know, because I just want it to sit on top of the skin rather than being blended into the skin. We want to give Vithya a nice, healthy glow. Do you want to just see? You can straight away see the shine.
A young single career woman.
Right. Now, before I always do eye makeup, I actually like to do the eyebrows as well. So here we have the Anastasia Pro palette. What you guys can do is when you do buy them individually, and I think a lot of stores are starting to stock them now anyway. The color that I'm going to use on Vigi is actually the dark brown, and use the darker color into the color. So it can be any angled brush. I think this one from MAC is a 208. I should know all my brushes, guys. I'm really sorry. And then what I'm going to do is I can just like see she's got just a few gaps in the inner corner, so I'm just going to. And then now we'll move on to the eye makeup. So we just need a primer for the eyelids, and as most of you probably know, I like my paint pots. So this one's Indian Wood. It's like a goldy bronzy color, and that's all. And to be honest, at this point in time, seriously, just try any eyeshadows that you like, so it doesn't have to be MAC. And I'm just going to use it just in the middle of her eyelid and just like swipe it down. Okay. And then now with the 221 brush, or you know, if you prefer the 217 brush, is dip it into any bronzy color, so like a really dark, deep bronzy color. So I think this one, I'll put it in the description box. I don't actually remember it. And as you can see, I use it a lot. With the same brush, I'm just gonna go all around on the outside of the eyelid, within the socket. Kicking open. Like with the same brush, like with whatever's still left on the bottom, on the brush, sorry, you just do the bottom eyelid. Now we're moving on to eyeliner. Now one of my favorite eyeliners is from Inglot. It's just the gel eyeliner. I don't even think it has a name, it's just called eyeliner gel, but it's in black. And it's super, 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 super black. You do have to be a little bit of a pro to work with this, because it dries very quickly and it's waterproof. So I would always suggest, if you're not very comfortable, use a pencil, use it as an outline, fix it, and then once you're really comfortable with it, then go over with this as well. I'm just gonna do the flip first. I'll give you a break, no.
Sorry.
Right, so now that we've done the top liner and it's really, really dark, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna darken it a little bit at the bottom. So with the 239 brush, I'm just gonna dip into a black and just go back to the lower eyelid and just kind of smoke it out. Just in the corner, so almost like 3/4. You're not bringing it out. Elegant and classy and whatever. So at this point you can do mascara if you're more comfortable with mascara, but I'm actually gonna add false eyelashes on her.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever worn false eyelashes before?
Once.
And you like
very
it,
low
you know?
maintenance kind of girl here, okay?
Okay.
I just use tell me
I'm
what
just
to do.
gonna hold it and just like see open. See guys, doesn't that like instant change? So I think it's definitely needed with this look. So we're just gonna add some false eyelashes. Now the glue is like the best, and so don't use the ones that come in the packaging. They, you will have a disaster at the end of the night, I promise you. So right, so once you have some of this product, what you do is like put some of the back of your hand, take the product and just trace it all over the sort of top of the lash line. Right, So once you've applied it, guys, and it's dried 15 to 20 seconds, what you can do is, if you're looking in the mirror, you keep your eye open and you just sort of place it. If you need tweezers, you can always use tweezers as well, and just like kind of place it like that onto the eye, right in the lash line. So it's just literally that gap, and just like place it and let it dry. So while that's drying, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to add mascara at the end just to kind of seal it all into place. I'm going to go onto her lips. Sorry, I know, look at the mess. But it's the MAC Gal About Town. And I'm just going to, just very softly, put all over her lip and get her to fix it. So can you just, yeah. Nightingale lip liner from MAC. So I always find, even if you wear a nude colour, lip liners are a must. It really does define your lip, but on top of that, it stops the lipstick from leaving. I'm going to add some lip balm. Any lip balm would work. The one that I've used is the MAC one, the standard lip balm that they sell, and just like, with the same brush where I still had a bit of product left. And then I'm going to first start off with her lower lashes. So always do the lower lashes first. Makeup's done. Very simple, easy. We didn't use that many products either. And then now we have this hair.
Yeah.
If this is your state during the day and you're like, oh my god, I'm going out, putting on the sari, what can I quickly do? That would be very, very quick as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to curl some of the bits here that's a little bit straight and just like bring all the hair to one side. Flip some of this away and just take this hair. And one great curler for extremely curly hair that I like is from Remington. Mine looks in a little bit of a state, I'm very sorry, but it's just like the smaller curler. And just curl away from the face. Do that all over sort of thing. So then I just did this to this bit because I felt like it looked a little bit messy. So now just do like a twist with the same hair. So bring this across, get some more hair, bring this across, some more hair, bring this across, and just like twist it. And then you just like clip this part, one upwards, and then the other one literally lock it by crossing it. Literally look really nice.
Thanks.
If I may say so myself.
You can.
Alright guys, away. I'm just gonna neaten it out a little bit here.
Yeah. This looks really nice.
Yeah,
I look
so
very glamorous.
No.
I really like it too. So then let's add your earrings.
Okay.
And it's nice with this hairstyle to have some dangling ones. These are Mild Creations, guys.
Yeah.
Mild Creations.
Mild Creations.
Ta-da!
Okay, thanks.
Here we have the single career woman dressed up. Look down for me. Very nice.
Hi, I'm Viji. I am single and quite focused on my career, which is what all single women say, I think. I work from home, so I very rarely wear makeup or make any effort to get ready, really. So this look really works for me because the longest part of me getting ready is straightening my hair. These are my natural curls and it's just really good, amazing what she's done with the volumizing, is that a word? Volumizing of my hair, and I really like the makeup. It looks really subtle. I'm really impressed. I'm really pleased. I'm plainly going to go home and watch the video and recreate this look. One of my main concerns when I'm getting ready is that I just don't have the time to colour correct, or so I thought anyway, but this has shown me that obviously I do, because it requires little to no effort just to colour correct. And also the fact I never wear falsies, so that was like, she taught me a lot just then, just about how to apply them, and again how minimal effort is required. Yeah.